back to Buffalo Sports Insider. My name's Jake Moss, and I'm going to start off the show by talking about the Buffalo Bills and their free agency recap. With the new league year just beginning, as well as a lot of moving parts. Well, SpotRack, real quick, all the numbers I reference are via SpotRack, just so I only have to say that once. They have their top 51 cap space at negative $5.1 million, which is before reporting the Chauncey Gardner-Johnson signing and the Geno Stone signing. Now, keeping some of these players, we had a show about it, where how many are actually valuable to keep? Well, obviously a couple, since they made those a concerted effort early on. Connor McGovern signs a contract, which ended up being 4 years for $52 million. However, the cap hit this year is only going to be $5.2. This ended up being a great contract to get out of the way, as Tyler Linderbaum ended up getting $27 million a year. Dawson Knox was one they were looking at, possible cut, possible trade. They ended up giving him what's termed an extension. Now, this contract's going to work more like a rework. It's going to be a 3-year contract that's going to be around $20 million total. And this will function to give him the same money he was going to earn this year over the course of 3 years while maintaining their backup tight end. They also re-signed safety and special teams ace Sam Franklin to a very team-friendly deal, 3 years, $7 million, and he'll play the same role that he did last year. Especially losing to some of these other special teamers, he'll be the cornerstone of that part of the game. And then Tyler Bass obviously took a restructure, just made his deal more incentive-laden, and so he doesn't make the same he did this year while not playing a snap. Other re-signings, Alec Anderson, Ryan Vandemark, and Fedarian Mathis, as well as punter Mitch Wishnowsky. Now, the big one was who'd they get that weren't already Buffalo Bills? Well, the trade for DJ Moore was obviously the headliner, and he comes with a contract that will have 4 years and $98 million remaining, and a 24.5 fully guaranteed cap hit for each of those years. Now, this is restructurable, so if they do want to make more money going forward, they can always transfer this money down the road. And if they see more staying longer, then they can absolutely add void years or more years to his contract. Now, the big one was Bradley Chubb. Moving to a 3-4 defense, you need outside linebacker edge rushers, and Chubb is going to be the perfect fit. This deal is going to function more like a 2-year deal with a 3rd-year option, but is reported as a 3-year deal for around $43.5 million, while his cap hit this year will be $6 million. And then D. Alford, after trading Teron Johnson, they had no nickelback. D. Alford was signed to be that new nickelback. His deal ends up being around 3 years and 15.7, and his is also going to be more incentive laden. He can earn up to $21 million, and his cap hit this year is going to be $5 million. So none of the cap hits this year that they gave deals to are really a big problem. So that leaves them a lot more room with the restructure of Moore and the restructure of Dawkins to make more moves to fill these holes before they go into the draft. That way they can draft the best player available. Now, what's left? Well, they need a second middle linebacker opposite Terrell Bernard. They could look in free agency like Logan Wilson, or they could look in the draft, which is where I think they'll go with C.J. Allen. D-line, they obviously need another 1 tech, and Sheldon Day, DJ Reader could fill that beforehand. And in the draft, Caden McDonald is one there. And then receiver, they obviously need 1 more to round out that room. And with that, we will send this to commercial break.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA. You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
And hello, guys. Welcome back to Buffalo Sports Insider. I'm Miles Samuel. And today we'll be talking about free agency winners and losers. There's a lot of different players in different places this year. So I have a group of winners and a group of losers so far in free agency. Let's start with the Baltimore Ravens. Late on Tuesday night, they backed out of the Max Crosby trade, which involved 2 first-round picks from this year's draft and next year's draft. With that, they got their money back, and they were able to sign Trey Hendrickson from the Cincinnati Bengals. He was also an elite pass rusher. So now they're paying the same amount of money they would paid Max Crosby now to Trey Hendrickson, and they get to keep their 2 first-round picks in the process. So that's a big win for the Baltimore Ravens. Another win that I have is Daniel Jones. He was able to turn his breakout season into a big-time contract. The Colts paid him 2 years, $88 million, and he's getting $50 million this year. Now, he was put on a transition tag, but now the contract allows him to make more money than what the transition tag was originally paying him. He tore his Achilles back in December, so the contract wasn't certain, but he was still able to turn it into a big-time contract for him. And the good news for him is that he gets to keep Alec Pierce, his star wide receiver that had 1,000 yards last year, and have Jonathan Taylor behind him. Some of the losers that I have is the Las Vegas Raiders. So they were unable to get the Max Crosby trade done. So now, not only do they lose 2 first-round picks, but they had spent money as if Max Crosby was not on their books. But now they have to take his money back on their salary cap. So now they're less likely to deal him just because his value's gone down since he failed his physical. Last but not least, let's talk about J.J. McCarthy. Kyler Murray signed a 1-year contract with the Minnesota Vikings. So what does this mean for J.J. McCarthy? Well, it's basically a demotion. You know, J.J. McCarthy had a rough season last year, and tensions in the locker room is built, specifically with Justin Jefferson because of J.J. McCarthy's play. So now they bring in a veteran quarterback, previously the #1 overall pick, and now he's there to essentially take the starting job from J.J. McCarthy, unless J.J. McCarthy wows the coaches and earns his spot back, which is very unlikely. But that's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening to this segment of Buffalo Sports Insider, and we'll be back after the commercial break.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
How's your serve coming? I think we'll work on it this weekend.
Amy's slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made. If you do...
Hi, Lauren. My name is Katie. We're just taking care of you, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
In today's topic, I'll be talking about NFL's free agency and the big signings and the drama surrounding last week's official free agency date. Now, first things first, we all know that the Ravens and the Las Vegas Raiders have made a trade, and one of the most blockbuster trades in the last few years regarding the Michael Parsons trade last year. But the Ravens were willing to give away 2 first-round picks for Max Crosby this year. And Las Vegas Raiders, obviously in rebuild mode, were willing to give away a star, an elite pass rusher to get 2 first-round picks and to build their future on their roster. So that kind of didn't work out. As Tuesday, officially, it was been reported that that deal was scratched because of Max Crosby's physical, and the Ravens didn't really want to invest 2 first-round picks to a player that probably has 1-2 more good years left. So that was voided. And the Ravens moved on quickly by signing pass rusher Trey Hendrickson to a 4-year, $120 million deal, which is pretty steep for a player that's regressing, or not regressing, but kind of out of his prime. But he's still a good pass rusher, so we'll see what happens moving forward. And the Las Vegas Raiders obviously spent a lot of money, so they have to do a bunch of things to rekindle Max Crosby in their plans. They still got money to spend, of course, but they still have to do a lot more, especially without that 14th pick that they was kind of eyeing on and kind of trying to make mock drafts and everything. So that gets thrown out the window for future endeavors. Now, the Chiefs signed running back Kenneth Walker to a three-year, $45 million deal, which is a pretty good deal for a running back, especially since this running back came off of one of his best seasons yet. He was obviously Super Bowl MVP, and he's a player who many teams were scouting for. He's definitely going to change the Chiefs' run game, especially since the Chiefs didn't really have a good run game this year. And with Patrick Mahomes coming back off of his ACL injury, that offense can definitely look scary coming forward. We also have the Raiders and how they spent a lot of money, but the amount of money that they spent so far, according to my resources, is $250 million, which is contracts spanning from Tyler Linderbaum, Jalen Naylor. We got what's his name, Nakeem Dean, and we got a few other players as well. And free agency already has turned into one of the most exciting offseason attractions, and over $5.3 million currently has been spent over the last week or so. The number should go up even more, especially since the draft is coming up next month, and we should see a whole lot more teams getting new players. There's still new good players on the board and players to keep an eye on, especially since a lot of teams are definitely in win now mode. So going forward, we should see a whole bunch of moving around these next couple of weeks. And yeah, that's all for me. And we'll see you right after this commercial break.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
And how's your serve coming along?
Not so good.
I think we should work on it this weekend.
Amy's birthday bash slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made.
My name is Hayden Walsh. I'm with Buffalo Sports Insider, and I'll be talking about the Max Crosby trade. Max Crosby has failed his physical, which means the trade for 2 first-round picks with the Baltimore Ravens has now been voided. The problem is that the Raiders now, using that legal tampering period, may not be able to sign everybody, such as Tyler Linderbaum, Kwity Paye, Quay Walker, Nakobe Dean, Jalen Naylor, and Eric Stokes. Also, another problem is that Max Crosby's trade value has now tanked. Teams willing to pay for 2 first-round picks now with a failed physical and a possible reoccurring knee injury with Max Crosby are not willing to pay the price for 2 first-round picks. And then the Ravens also signed Trey Hendrickson right after the deal was voided, which means now the Ravens are most likely out of the Max Crosby race. Teams that are still in the Crosby race are the Cowboys. Cowboys were willing to offer a first and a second, but weren't willing to jump up to that other first-round pick to make the trade. Teams that also can still be in are the Lions, the Bills, although they're most likely out now with the signing of Bradley Chubb, the Bears, and the Eagles. We'll be right back after this quick break.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
How's your serve coming? I think we'll work on it this weekend.
Amy's slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made. If you do...
Hi, Lauren. My name is Katie. We're
My name is Emma Nosby, and I'm going to start this segment off with a question. Who had the conference in the month of March? For most hockey fans, the answer would be no. Diehard Sabres fans, however, that is another story. After last season, there was a lot of foreseen potential for the Sabres. The record may have said otherwise, though with the return of Lindy Ruff as head coach and notable transactions, which included the infamous Dylan Cousins trade to the Ottawa Senators, the potential for a successful rebuild was there. The start of the season was one and the same, how it was the last 15 years, garnering only 11 wins going into the holidays. Then December 9th happened, which Coach Ruff has described as, quote, the turning point. If you don't remember what happened, let me break it down. The Sabres were shutting out the Edmonton Oilers going into the third period. The Oilers went on to tie the game 3-3, yet the Sabres were able to bounce back and win in overtime. When many fans, including myself, were panicking, the bench did not blink. Then the Sabres went on to win 9 games in a row after that. And I should mention that even with this win streak, the Buffalo Sabres decided to fire general manager Kevin Adams, citing shortcomings as an organization, quote from owner Terry Pegula, and promoted senior advisor Jarmo Kekalainen to general manager. Like I said, a turning point on all levels. Now, let's fast forward to the end of the Olympics break in February. That was when the league started to take notice of the Buffalo Sabres. Led by captain Rasmus Dahlin and alternate captains Matthias Samuelsson, Alex Tuch, and Olympic gold medalist Tage Thompson, the Sabres have only lost once. Yes, you heard me correctly. Only one loss since the NHL returned from Milan. Other notable playmakers for the team have included Ryan McLeod, Josh Doan, and Jack Quinn, who just earned his first career hat trick last week against the San Jose Sharks. And of course, we cannot forget about the goaltending duo that is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Alex Lyon. Right now, the Buffalo Sabres have a 41-20-6 overall record. They are second in the Eastern Conference, first in the Atlantic Division with 88 points. This week, the Sabres are preparing to go on their West Coast road trip, with their first stop being in Las Vegas tomorrow night to take on Buffalo's most hated player, Jack Eichel, and the Vegas Golden Knights. Thank you all for watching Buffalo Sports Insider. Stay tuned after this commercial break.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from...
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
And how's your serve coming along?
Not so good.
I think we should work on it this weekend.
Amy's birthday bash slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made.
Welcome back to the Buffalo Sports Insider. My name is Lucas Lyon, here to catch you up on tennis. On March 4th, the best players in all of tennis began competing in the PNB Paribas Open, simply known as Indian Wells, and this past weekend marked the tournament's semifinal and final rounds. On the women's side, world number 3 Elena Rybakina defeated Alina Svitolina in straight sets as world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka followed suit against Linda Noskova, setting up a date in the finals. On the men's side, world number 11 Daniil Medvedev shook the tennis landscape, besting number 1 Carlos Alcaraz in straight sets, while world number 2 Jannik Sinner made quick work of Alexander Zverev, setting up a match with Medvedev for the title. In the women's final, down a break and a set, Aryna Sabalenka proved why she's the world number 1, taking down Rybakina, completing the comeback to win her first Indian Wells tournament. In the men's final, Jannik Sinner made his case to return to world number 1, defeating Daniil Medvedev in straight sets to clinch his first Indian Wells crown. Those are your winners at Indian Wells. We'll be back after this short break.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
How's your serve coming? I think we'll work on it this weekend.
Amy's slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made. If you do...
Hello, everyone. My name is Matthew Barden, and welcome to a small golf update. So I want to start off with asking everybody, what comes to your mind when you think about kicking back on the couch and watching some golf? For me personally, I love to see the sunny skies, the beautiful golf courses, and obviously just the handful of legendary golfers on the course. But there is a new golf league that takes a handful of these games legends off their traditional course and teleports them into a courses that are just otherworldly and is all done virtually. Tomorrow Golf League, or TGL, is an entirely new way to watch your favorite golfers go to head every single week. And it's all done entirely indoors. Golfers make their drives into a gigantic screen that displays virtual courses that can take place anywhere from a canyon to a jungle, and there's even a post-apocalyptic course, which is kind of scary but cool at the same time. And the obvious question is, okay, how will the players chip and putt after making their drives if they're just playing into a screen? And here's the catch. Once a player hits their ball within 50 yards of the hole, the entire game changes and it goes from screen to green. So the players turn around, and in the indoor compound for this league, there's a green where intense rounds of golf are played. The TGL calls it, in quote, a tech-infused green with an adaptable surface to create hole-to-hole variation. Because everyone can drive a ball into a screen, but getting it into the legit hole is a whole different story. And this league was announced in 2022 by professional golfers Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. But the TGL didn't actually kick off until 2025. But since the kickoff, there's 6 teams in the league now, and they all face off in weekly matchups in a season-long style. Unlike traditional golf, where the lower score wins, in TGL, the higher score wins, as each hole actually gains your team 1 point in the head-to-head matchups. So the season started all the way back in December 2025, but now, this week, on March 17th, the semifinals are taking place. Atlanta Drive takes on Los Angeles, and the Jupiter Lynx are going to be facing Boston. So the winners will both find themselves in the TGL Championship on March 23rd. Atlanta won the inaugural SoFi Cup last season, which, let's be honest, the trophy could use a better name, but it's a new league, so we'll give them a break. But Atlanta looks to make it 2 straight this year, and they're led by Justin Thomas, who has 16 PGA Tour victories. And the TGL website actually has a quiz where you can answer questions to kind of determine which team you want to bring your fandom to. When I took it, I actually did get Atlanta, so the former champions. So let's go Atlanta, let's go TGL, and let's go to what could be the future of golf. Thank you.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
And how's your serve coming along?
Not so good.
I think we should work on it this weekend.
Amy's birthday bash slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made.
Young, and I'll be talking about the Amerks games that they played this weekend. Over the weekend, the Rochester Americans played 2 away games on Friday and Saturday against the Toronto Marlies. The Friday night game, the Amerks lost in overtime 4-3. Goals were made by Nadu, Komarov, and Kuntar. Zach Jones became the first Rochester defenseman to reach the 50-point mark since the Zach Redmond during this game. During the Saturday game, the Amerks lost again 3-0. Gavin Bayreuther and Ryan Johnson made up most of the 26 shots that were made by the team, and Bayreuther matched a season-high 6 shots. Goaltender Devin Levi stopped 24 out of the 26 shots that were made while he was in net. The last goal was scored after they pulled him. This weekend, the Amerks will play at home Friday against Syracuse Crunch and Saturday against the Hartford Wolfpack.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
How's your serve coming? I think we'll work on it this weekend.
Amy's slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made. If you do...
Matthew Miles, and this is your Formula One weekend recap. Today we traveled to the Land of Dragons for 56 laps around the Shanghai International Grand Circuit. Let's get started. So the two McLarens didn't even make it to the start-finish line. They had problems in the pit, so they ended up not even starting the race. That left a whole bunch of points available for a whole bunch of the midfield teams. We saw the likes of Ollie Behrman, Liam Lawson, Ollie Behrman for Haas, the American team, Liam Lawson, Pierre Gasly, Isaac Hadjar, and Carlos Sainz all score points due to the McLarens not starting. Also, Max Verstappen, four-time world champion, did not finish the race due to a mechanical issue with the Red Bull. Isaac Hadjar was running well until he locked up, I think, going into the final corner of the track, almost taking out Ollie Behrman in the process. He'd end up finishing, I think, 8th or 9th. To conclude, overall, it was a pretty good weekend for Mercedes. After Ferrari's amazing start, the Mercedes came roaring past in like 2 laps, and Kimi Antonelli became the second youngest driver to win a Formula One race at the tender age of 19. George Russell came in second, and Lewis Hamilton actually got his first podium in a Ferrari, and not excluding the sprint race in China last year ever. So it was big celebrations for Mercedes all the way around. Mercedes got their dream podium, and George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, and Kimi Antonelli winning. Other than that, the weekend was pretty uneventful. Next week, we head to not Bahrain. Oh, also in F1 news, not unrelated, but all of the Middle Eastern races in Abu Dhabi and Bahrain were canceled due to the ongoing Iran war conflict. So, yeah, that's been my weekly F1 recap.
You wouldn't do that. So why do you do this? Distracted driving kills an average of 9 people and injures over 1,000 every day in America. Put down your phone. Lives depend on it. Don't drive intoxicated. Don't drive intoxicated. A sobering message from AAA.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
And how's your serve coming along?
Not so good.
I think we should work on it this weekend.
Amy's birthday bash slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made.
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Fletcher. Let's talk about the fights at this UFC's Freedom 250 card. I have a lot of feelings about that, but we're not going to get into that. We're going to get into these fights. Starting off the main card, we got Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. If you know anything about Diego Lopez, you know that this guy is allergic to putting on a boring fight. This man has lost his last 1 fight. Well, he's what? 1-2 in his last 3. Both those losses are against the former champion and current champion in Alex Volkanovski. Steve Garcia, however, is on a 7-fight win streak with 6 finishes. Now, that's a dangerous fight. Next fight we got Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dukehouse. All I know about this fight, shouldn't have been on the main card. I got a lot of feelings about Bo Nickel. I think he's a good fighter, but I don't think where he is right now, I don't think Bo Nickel is main card material. I think he should have been late prelims at best. I think he should have been leading into the main card. But I understand this is a move kind of motivated more so by need to get more Americans on this card. You'll see what that means later on in this list. Golly. Mauricio Rufy is fighting Michael Chandler after that. Mauricio Rufy, one of the more entertaining fighters currently. He has some very, very electric knockouts, some highlight finishes over King Green, over Rafael Fiziev. Michael Chandler, also an entertaining fighter. But on the other side of that, he's putting on some entertaining losses. He's lost his last 3 fights. Some may say he might be past his prime. I don't know about all that, but we'll see. After that, we got Sugar Sean O'Malley fighting Ayman Zahabi. Ayman Zahabi's on a 6-fight win streak. This guy is dangerous. He's not finishing opponents, but he's dominating them. And he's dominating them thoroughly. Sugar Sean O'Malley, though, he just got out of a close fight with Song Yadong. I think this is going to be a super interesting matchup. And that leads us into the main event of the night. Starting off our Kona main event, we have the heavyweight debut of Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. I have a lot of feelings about this. Alex Pereira, this is our first time seeing him at heavyweight. We've seen what he's been able to do at light heavyweight, being one of the most dominant champions in recent years. Cyril Gane, though, what can I say about this guy? His last fight, he injured the champion with an illegal move. The champion's out for God knows how long. Now, next thing we know, he's up against another champion in another title fight. Some may say undeservingly so. It's just a bad look, right? We know that Cyril Gane, he's put on a lot of these cards because the UFC wants the French audience to tune in. It's a really big thing there. But another title fight for someone who just injured the current champion, I don't think that's a good look. After that, we got Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. This fight is very hard to look at. I think Justin Gaethje didn't look his best against Paddy Pimblett. I think he looked a little slow, sluggish, and neither of those things are something good to say about someone about to fight Ilia Topuria, someone with insane knockout power, some of the fastest speed in the UFC. You don't want to be hearing those things said about you. On top of that, man, Ilia Topuria, man, on a, 17-fight win streak, undefeated since turning pro. He's faced who's who of the featherweight division. He beat Ilya, he didn't beat himself. He beat Max, Charles, and Volk in his last 3 fights. Some of those, he finished all 3 of those. Former or future Hall of Famers. He's going up against Justin Gaethje, another future Hall of Famer, also 36 years old. It's about past his prime in the lightweight division. Not too many champions are above the age of 35 under 170. Seems to be not a curse, but statistically, it's not likely. So a lot of fights to look forward to. I'm really placing my money on Topuria and Pereira, hoping they get the knockout this main card. UFC 250, Freedom. Let's go.
How was school today?
It was good.
Did you play volleyball?
Yes.
How's your serve coming? I think we'll work on it this weekend.
Amy's slumber party is this weekend.
Is your homework done?
No.
That was the deal we made. If you do...
Hi, Lauren. My name is Katie. We're gonna take care of you, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everyone, and good morning, and welcome back. My name is Aiden Wright, and I'm here with your World Baseball Classic update. We've had a wild week during this Baseball Classic and some great pool play, and now the elimination bracket was set. So we started off with the quarterfinals where the Dominican Republic absolutely throttled Korea 10-0, and then the United States would grind out a 5-3 victory against our northern neighbors, Canada, continuing our dominance against them recently. And then Team Italy, the team nobody was expecting, let alone to be undefeated, would beat Puerto Rico 8-6 to keep their hopes alive. Some Team of Destiny vibes there. I'm loving it. And then in an absolute shocking upset, Venezuela would beat previous World Baseball Classic champions Japan in an 8-5 win. As you might remember from last week, Japan was one of the favorites to win this tournament. And then last night, during the semifinal round, the Dominican Republic and United States would see an absolute classic of a baseball game. The fun would start early with Junior Caminero's bomb out into left field. Caminero absolutely just sat on this low off-speed pitch, and as soon as bat hit the ball, I mean, everybody knew what was going to happen. He pimped it. He looked at it. He tosses the bat. It was just incredible. But then the United States decided to respond strong with Gunnar Henderson hitting a home run of his own. And following that up, Roman Anthony was like, hey, I can do that too. the United States would be up 2-1. And while there wouldn't be any more scoring, this would be an absolute great game, not boring. Julio Rodriguez would rob Aaron Judge of a home run in the bottom of the fifth. And then Tyler Rogers coming in with 2 men on, 1 out against one of the best hitters in baseball, Juan Soto, and he would leave unscathed. I mean, absolutely, absolutely phenomenal play out of the guys. You know, unfortunately, the game did end as it started with an iffy call by home plate umpire Corey Blazer. You know, the ball was super low and he called it a strike. There was a very similar call in the 8th that also happened to Juan Soto. The big argument right now is Corey Blazer. His strike zone was consistent all night. So when you're in a 3-2 count like you were, you got to protect the plate. But that shouldn't take away from the game in total, as it was one of the best games that we've ever seen in a World Baseball Classic. And now we get ready for the night as Venezuela takes on Italy, who, no matter who wins, will be the underdog against the United States in the final. But, I mean, who knows? Italy already beat the United States once in pool play, and the way Venezuela's been playing recently, it looks like it could be anybody's tournament. And just like that, everyone, we want to say thank you for watching us at Buffalo Sports Insider today, and we hope to see you next week.